Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban's daughter sharing a glimpse into family life as her parents call it quits.
So many sacrifices that
Totally.
in the industry, financial sacrifices, physical sacrifices,
Relationship sacrifices,
yes.
Everything.
17-year-old Sunday Rose posting Paris Fashion Week snaps. Check out mom Nick rocking a bun and casually throwing up a peace sign for the camera. When news of the split first broke, ET learned Nicole was, quote, devastated and didn't want this to happen. She got primary custody of the girls. Keith will see them just 59 days out of the year. So where is Dad during all of this?
What's your name? What? I'm not gonna like your name. What?
Picture this. Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban, Hollywood's golden couple now standing on opposite sides of a fractured fairy tale. 19 years of red carpets, love songs, and family moments are quietly unraveling behind closed doors. And at the heart of it all is their teenage daughter. Sunday Rose, caught between the calm strength of her mother and the whirlwind of her father's country music life. Nicole is holding everything together, while Keith's world spins faster than ever. Rumors, distance, and emotions are surfacing, all under the public gaze. This isn't merely another celebrity breakup. It's a family striving to remain intact under the weight of fame. Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban's marriage has long seemed like a Hollywood fairy tale. They met in 2005, sparks flew immediately, and by June 2006, they were married in a breathtaking Sydney ceremony that felt straight out of a movie. From the outset, they were the quintessential couple, an Oscar-winning actress, a country music superstar, two lives seemingly destined to intertwine perfectly. Over the years, they built a family with two daughters, Sunday Rose, now 17, and Faith Margaret, 14. Nicole also brought two older children, Bella and Connor, from her marriage to Tom Cruise, forming a blended family navigating fame together. Despite the spotlight, they stayed remarkably private. Red carpet appearances were rare, and family details were carefully protected, shielding the kids from media intrusion. But now, with news of their separation, that carefully maintained privacy is starting to crack. Fans are glimpsing a world that was once tightly closed. Sunday Rose stepping into the spotlight, Nicole balancing heartbreak with motherhood, and Keith juggling life on the road alongside family obligations. The quiet, curated life they worked so hard to protect is now exposed to public scrutiny. Sunday Rose is emerging on her own. Shortly after the separation news broke, she shared a candid behind-the-scenes photo from Paris Fashion Week. Nicole was flashing a peace sign, and Sunday stood right beside her, showing the closeness they still share. That was just the start. Sunday walked in the Neo runway show and joined Nicole and Faith Margaret at the Chanel show. She's no longer just a star kid in the background. She's stepping into her own space in the fashion world. All of this is happening as the family navigates a major upheaval. The Kidman-Urban household, once one of Hollywood's most private homes, is now a window into the complex realities of love, family, and resilience under the spotlight. Nicole, as a mother, is reportedly both proud and protective. Sources reveal she has voiced concerns about Sunday's increasing involvement in the fashion world, cautioning that the industry can be merciless, telling her, in her own words, that it will destroy you. The tension is palpable. Nicole wants to encourage her daughter's passions, yet she knows all too well how unforgiving the spotlight can be. At the same time, Sunday is holding her ground. She publicly supports her mom, shares moments of closeness, and demonstrates loyalty and love. For a 17-year-old, that's a lot to manage. Imagine it. Your mom is one of the world's most famous actresses, your dad a global country music icon, and suddenly, the family's private life is splashed across headlines. On top of that, you're beginning to carve out your own public career. The pressures are intense, the scrutiny relentless, and yet the opportunities are immense. Meanwhile, 14-year-old Faith Margaret is navigating her own path within this evolving family dynamic. She stays more under the radar, coming of age while watching her older sister step into the spotlight and witnessing her parents' separation. It's a heavy load for any teenager, let alone one growing up with cameras constantly observing. Sunday Rose's reaction, however, speaks volumes about her character. She's courageous, supportive, and ready to define herself even amid family upheaval. It's a delicate balance, managing her ambitions, her mother's protective instincts, and the emotional shifts of a family in transition. And all of this unfolds under the watchful eyes of the public. The teen years are challenging enough on their own. Add fame, a public split, and the push for independence, and it's clear Sunday Rose is at a pivotal moment, one that could influence her future in ways we are only beginning to understand. Nicole Kidman's role as a mother has never been more intense. Sources say she has been almost inseparable from her daughters over the summer while Keith tours, fully committed to keeping her family grounded amid this period of profound change. Every day, Nicole is focused on ensuring Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret feel secure, loved, and supported amid one of the most significant changes their family has faced. Sources indicate she is pursuing primary residential custody, a clear sign of her commitment to providing consistency and stability for her daughters. Outwardly, Nicole appears as poised as ever, the polished Hollywood star attending fashion shows, managing a demanding work schedule, always composed. But behind that public image, sources say she's quietly processing the emotional impact of nearly 19 years of marriage coming to an end. She is making major decisions that will shape her daughters' lives, where they will live, how their education will be handled, and how much of their private life will be visible to the public. These choices go beyond logistics. They are deeply personal and emotional, influencing Sunday and Faith's sense of security and normalcy. Nicole's dual role as a Hollywood superstar and fashion icon adds extra layers of complexity. On one hand, her status opens doors and resources that can benefit her daughters. On the other, it brings scrutiny and pressure that most families never face. She is walking the fine line between shielding them from fame's glare, while encouraging them to explore their passions and develop their own identities, especially Sunday, who is starting to make a name for herself in the fashion world. It's a delicate balance between protection and empowerment. Nicole is working to maintain routine and stability while navigating her own heartbreak. For her daughters, this period will shape their understanding of family, resilience, and independence, all under the intense watch of the public eye. Right now, Nicole's motherhood blends careful planning, love, and quiet strength, showing that even a Hollywood icon can bear the weight of family upheaval, while striving to keep her children's world steady. Meanwhile, Keith Urban's role as a father is evolving amid the separation. Life on the road complicates everything. He is in the midst of his High and Alive world tour, with shows scheduled across the globe, meaning extended periods away from home. Reports suggest the custody arrangement will have the girls spend roughly 59 days a year with Keith, with the majority of time primarily with Nicole. This highlights just how challenging it is to balance a touring lifestyle with fatherhood and the adjustments needed to maintain meaningful relationships with his daughters. Despite the distance, Sunday Rose's journey now is a mix of both her own ambitions and the context of her parents' separation. At 17, she's starting to carve out her identity in the fashion world, walking in runway shows, sharing glimpses of her life with her mom, and experimenting with public expression. Those are choices she seems to be making for herself, showing independence and confidence. But the timing and circumstances inevitably link her public emergence to the larger narrative of her family. Every appearance, post, or comment is viewed through the lens of Nicole and Keith's separation. Media coverage, fan commentary, and public curiosity mean that even her personal milestones are interpreted in relation to her parents' split. So in a sense, Sunday is stepping into the spotlight on her own terms. She's pursuing fashion and building her voice, but she's doing it in a world where her parents' story looms large. How she navigates that will shape her independence, resilience, and relationship with public attention. With Nicole's guidance and a supportive family network, Sunday has the tools to assert herself. But the public context will always add a layer of complexity to her early career. Ultimately, it's a delicate dance, defining herself while the world watches the echoes of her family's change. She's already showing signs of handling it with maturity and thoughtfulness, which suggests she's leaning toward forging her own path rather than letting the split define her.